I want to start off talking about this Supreme Court decision. Jeremy Rosenthal is going to be our first guest here, TexasDefenseFirm.com. Let's ask a lawyer. The Supreme Court ruling came down as 9-0, but it doesn't sound like they were that united when you go try and parse through the actual rulings. What do you think, Jeremy?
I think that they were united enough. I think that they all agreed that Colorado kind of needs to stay in their lane here. And basically what they said was that, look, the 14th Amendment does have a clause that disqualifies you in the event of an insurrection, but that it's the U.S. Congress that gets to decide that, not the state of Colorado, not the state of Maine, or any other state. And I do think that there's a little underpinning of some dissension there. You've got Justices Sotomayor, Kagan, and Jackson, who wrote a concurring opinion that they did take exception to some of the things the majority said, but all 9 justices agreed that Trump should be on the ballot in Colorado.
Yeah, so the rationale that was agreed upon by both sides is he was never charged with insurrection. When was the last time someone was charged with insurrection? Is that even a thing?
So it's interesting. So the origin of this law comes from the 14th Amendment, and the 14th Amendment was passed in the wake of the Civil War. And basically what it says, at least with regards to the insurrection clause, is, look, all of you southern states, we know what you're thinking. You're going to send the same people who were Confederate generals, who were in the Confederate legislatures,
right?
Send them to the U.S. Congress. We don't think so. So what we're going to do, we're going to take the power away from the states. That's what the 14th Amendment said. And Congress will decide when you get here whether or not you can stay here. And so that's essentially the same backdrop that the Supreme Court used today. That was their logic, was, look, this took power away from the states. We can't have 50 states deciding what an insurrection is. But the U.S. Congress, they can do that.
Okay, so what happens next? Is there some way Colorado or some other state can bring up insurrection charges? Because that's what I feel like we just need to charge them with insurrection, and we can get another kangaroo court like we did with the case in the D.C. bank loans or whatever. Is there some way they can try and cram that through, Jeremy?
It doesn't sound like it. I think that the Supreme Court was pretty definitive with regards to this clause. Who and how it can be enforced. In fact, that's the source of the disagreement about what happens next. Because what they said was, look, if, let's say, Donald Trump gets elected, then the Congress, maybe at that point they can take up, maybe the U.S. Congress can take up whether there was an insurrection. But even that was pretty unclear, because part of the 14th Amendment, Section 5 of it, says that Congress shall pass whatever laws that they need to enforce these things. So it almost makes it sound like Congress would have to pass an additional law and then enforce that law, which you would think if Donald Trump was the president of the United States, you would think that he's probably not signing that thing into law. So,
right. I heard CNN saying that now Congress should do something. They should pass a law to make this stick. What the heck? They could pass a law, or they could just pass a resolution saying this was an insurrection.
Well, that's so. I think Congress, what they're saying is that it's what you get a lot of the court saying is, look, this is not our job. It's not our job to make the law. It's our job to decipher Congress. Congress, if you want to do something about it, go ahead. That's kind of what they said. I don't think they were urging Congress to do it so much as saying, look, this isn't our job. If Congress wants to make a law that says this, we'll deal with it then. But what's unclear is, okay, so let's say Donald Trump wins the election, and then let's say at that point, the U.S. Congress, maybe it's in Democrats, maybe the Democrats are in control, and they say, okay, now we're going to take you up, Supreme Court. Now the U.S. Congress will say that this was an insurrection, and then we will vote the president out. What's not clear is how many steps and what the procedure for that would be. And that's what a lot of the tussling in the Supreme Court opinion today was about.
Interesting stuff. Thank you very much, Jeremy Rosenthal. I appreciate you taking the time to be on the James Show yet again. You can find him TexasDefenseFirm.com. TexasDefenseFirm.com. Thank you, Jeremy.
Thank you.